Welcome to my next tutorial. Uh, Today we shall be looking at algorithm. We started a series on algorithm, and the text materials that we're going to be using is Algorithm: A Top-Down Approach by Rodney Noel. I've duly taken permission from Dr. Rodney to use this material. So let's look at what we're going to be looking at today, and the session we'll look at today is on specifications. Then we look at what actually is specification, and we explain all of that using the example of algorithm that we have here. So if you look into this session that we are in, you see here that we have some algorithm that have been written that we quickly want to look at and explain. So if you look here is an algorithm, and the name of the algorithm is SimpleSelect. This is just a pseudocode. This is not a full-fledged program. It's just a pseudocode. Now, this is the specification of the sort part of this algorithm. So this is the function, or what you can call the method sort, the same sort that you have here. Now if you look at this specification, this is what we refer to as a specification. You have the precondition, and you have the post condition, and you have a call to the method. So what's this problem SimpleSelect about? The SimpleSelect problem is saying that, let's say you have a series of numbers that you want to sort. You have a series of numbers that you want to select the simplest number. Let me open my notes so that I can just show an example of that. Let's say, for instance, I have this set of numbers. I have these numbers: 4, I have 7, I have 3, and I have 1. Let's just take it that way. If I have 4, 7, 3, 1, and I want to call this SimpleSelect on this list, or what you can also refer to as an array, and I specify k. What it's saying is that the SimpleSelect, we select in that list, in this list, we select the kth element. So the k smallest element, that is the k smallest element. So let's say, as I have 4, 7, 3, 1, for me to select the first smallest element or the second smallest element, in this case k equals to 2, or the third smallest element, in that case k equals to 3, if I'm selecting the third smallest element. That's what this SimpleSelect is trying to do. You are going to give the function 2 parameters So you're going to give it two arguments. You are going to have first of all, you give it the array, and you also give it the variable k, where k represents a number, whether the first, the second, or the third. So at the end of the day, it's going to return that particular number that coincides with the, if you have supplied k equals to 1 here, so it's going to return a of 1, and it will return the element that falls into that particular position. So let's just explain with this example. Let's say, for instance, I've chosen k to be equals to 3, and I want to return this third smallest element. In this case, my k is 3. I cannot just say this is index 1, index 2, index 3 and return this index 3. I'm assuming that I'm using non-zero based indexing. So I can't just return this one. Why? Because these elements are not sorted. So the first thing to do is to sort the element. And how do I sort the element? I sort the element in non-decreasing order. Non-decreasing is more or less saying in ascending order, but the technical term is non-decreasing because that takes care of numbers that are duplicated. So that's essentially what you mean non-decreasing. That means the numbers are not allowed to decrease as they are moving from left to right. So if you sort these numbers in non-decreasing, eventually you will have 1, you will have 3, you will have 4, and you will have 7. Then after you have sorted this number, and it has become 1, 3, 4, 7, then you can now iterate through the number. This is index 1, index 2, index 3. I'm assuming we are using the non-zero indexing, just like this textbook specifies that the first element is index 1. So that's why we're using that also. If you are using the zero based indexing, so this will be index 0, this will be index 1, this will be index 2, and this will be index 3. I hope you understand that. So by the time we now need to select the third smallest element, it means this will be index 1, this is index 2, this is index 3. So the third smallest element will be 4. And you can guess, if I want to select the second smallest element, and that is going to be element 3. So that is essentially what this algorithm is saying. I hope you understand that. In our next series, we're going to continue from here. We just want to keep it short and introduce us to what is happening in this list. Thank you very much for listening. If you do gain anything from this tutorial, kindly give us a thumb up. And if you do not like the tutorial, you can also give us a thumb down. All this will help us to improve on our subsequent tutorial. Thank you for your time.